Yo, boys. So, a lot of people have been asking me recently on my Twitch streams. I'll leave the link for that below, by the way. So, make sure you go and check that out. A lot of people have been asking me for my settings. So, I'm just going to do an updated Year 9 2024 settings guide of what I play and kind of what you want to have on for the best, like, display settings and all that stuff. So, I mean, just getting into it quickly. I can go over what I have step by step, and then I can try to explain the most important ones. But yeah, so this is general. Everything here is pretty much default. These don't really matter as much. You can kind of change what you want. You can show your display performance metrics. That's fine. It's like the lag and all that stuff. So the important settings for this category would be the cycle inside camera groups. I have this one on, so it's like easier to flick in between like a Valcam and a default. You don't have to cycle all the way through, if that makes sense. I have my diffuser pickup on manual, so I don't run over the bomb. I have to actually like hold a button. You can actually do like automatic, manual, or both. So it's just personal preference, honestly, what you're used to. You want the visible throw on, and then drone after prep, you want this on manual. So if I want to sit on your friend's drone, and then the round enters, like it closes the prep phase and then begins the action phase, you want this on manual so it won't kick you off the drone, if that makes any sense. And then other than that, everything's pretty much default. Getting into my HUD's pretty much default. I can scroll through all this pretty slowly just so you want to see all the individual settings. My compass is on, simplified, everything's on. I have my loadout on, everything on for player status. My reminders is default, except I have icons only. My reticle is all on, environment's all on. My match information, I have my bands off, my score updates on, which is like your points, and then I have my versus update off, which is like that 5v4 at the top of the screen and the white text that'll always come up. I have that off as well. And then finally, I just have my guides off, which is going to tell you like how to play an operator if you don't know how to play it. So yeah, I just have that off as well. For audio, I have my dynamic range on night mode. I feel like that's been the best one for me playing this game. You can play hi-fi. I know people that do play hi-fi. It's kind of just like personal preference of what you want. My master volume is 90. Music and dialogue is off completely. Voice chat volume, and then these are all my like individual numbers. These are just correlated to your headset, so do whatever you want that works for you. My display, I have well, obviously full screen, 240 hertz, and then my aspect ratio right now is 4:3, and I play with 84 field of view. However, I have been like contemplating changing this because of the new season, with the ACOGs especially. This res was really good for like 1.5s and hollows, but obviously now it's ACOG, so it's like a little bit more different. But it kind of just depends. Like you can do whatever you want. The best reses that I would suggest that you play would be not 5.4. It would be 4.3 would be one of them. 32 is another good one. 1610 is also a good one. So I would play anywhere from these three different ones, and then you can kind of just like floating out your FOV between like I would probably say like 90 and 84. You can like put it to any one of those numbers, and that's probably going to be a good res. I have my HUD display at 80, and then my menu at 91, and my brightness at 65. So for graphics, I have my this will happen if you have a NVIDIA graphics card, I believe. You can turn this on and on to boost as well. I just don't. I just have it off because I feel like it, for whatever reason, it just works better if it's off for me. So I have it off, and I have my latency flash off as well. For my actual graphics quality, I have every single thing on low except for my LOD. You want that at the highest level. You want it on ultra. And then I have my shadows on high as well. So like there's specific angles in the game and gunfights that if you're gonna like take a gunfight, you're gonna be able to see someone's shadow first. So you want to make sure this is on at least medium. High is also good as well, just so you can like kind of have an advantage in that situation because if you play with them off, you won't have that advantage in certain scenarios. And then literally everything else is just off. You want everything else off. You don't really want to play with any of these on. For my controls, I have my raw input on. A lot of people have been asking me like on or off, and to be honest, I don't really know like what it exactly does to your mouse and keyboard. I've just always played with it on, and I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to tell a difference if I turn it off, but my hipfire sense is 1212 on 400 DPI, and then my individual ADS sensitivity right now I have 19 on my 1X and then 35 on my ACOG. I've been changing my ACOG pretty much every day. I'm trying to get it a little bit higher every day because I want it to be a little bit faster. Because I do play super low sensitivity, but I am trying to like slowly increase it to make it a little bit quicker. Just because of year 9, like the way the game is being played, it's much harder to play a low sensitivity in this game now with the ADS changes and stuff like that, and then the ACOGs as well. So I've been tweaking this a little bit every day, but it's still pretty much the similar to what I was running in the previous season. And then I have my mouse scroll disabled. I have my gadget deployment advanced for my drones as well. My aim is hold, lean toggle, sprint hold, crouch toggle, prone toggle, and then walk is hold. And then these are my individual binds. I can just scroll through them. You can pause them if you see anything you want or you need. It's pretty much close to default, I would say. And then these are my controllers, so I don't need to do that because I don't play controller. For privacy, I just do everything off. This is not really too important. And then finally, accessibility, I have my optic color on light green and 90. Screen check is off, obviously. You want to make sure that's off. And then these are like color, personal preference for colors. So you can do this whatever you want. And yeah, that's my settings for year 9, 2024.